DEI. I'm telling y'all, a lot of this, I kept telling y'all, is about mediocre people being upset they couldn't be in the same place with exceptional people. And now y'all done gave mediocre people leadership positions. RFK Jr. ain't qualified for his job. A wellness influencer is not qualified to be Surgeon General. You understand where I'm coming from? This person teaches yoga. Ciao. I told you guys, all of this stuff was designed. They're doing all of this because I told you, exceptional white people in America are doing very well. They're doing fine. They're taking care of their families. And keep in mind, I don't mean exceptional doesn't imply rich. I mean, they're doing well. They're taking care of themselves. They're taking care of their families. They're doing fine. It's mediocre white folk. It's mediocre white people. They upset. They not doing fine. They're mad they can't get ahead. They feel like the system is stacked against them. And so because they feel that, hey, YouTube, because they feel that, this is what you see. I said this yesterday afternoon, and I'm going to make a video about it because I thought about this. America is crashing out. America got so much racism that is still crashing out from having a black president. Y'all thought that a black president meant post-racial. No, it didn't. This is the American crash out. They're still crashing out because they had a black president. And they started crashing out even more because a black female was then running for president. They like, oh my God, what is happening to the world? What's going on? It doesn't look like us anymore. That's what happened. They're crashing out. They're crashing out. Think about it. If your entire identity is oppressing another group of people, and you think what makes you exceptional is just your skin color, that's it. That's the only factor that made you exceptional. You're going to crash out. You're going to crash out. They're becoming president. Think about it. Okay. I'm gonna explain it like this. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna explain it like this is the best way I can explain it. In a way. Hold on, I have to blow my nose, you guys. Hold on. It's allergy season. What they say, it is allergy season. Pollen season is out there, honey. Okay, this is the best way I can explain it to you. Imagine you being around a group of people, right? Sorry, I saw a conservative woman that I needed to boot. I think she needs to go make some sandwiches. So I got ready for her. Okay, so let me continue with my discussion. Because y'all know I'm not for standing in the middle or nobody be living their best life. Okay. Hey, Zarvis, good morning. Think of it like this. You take a group of people that you make the assumption they're not as good as you because they don't look like you. And you enslave them. You capture them. You bring them to another country. You oppress them. You do all these things to them. And no matter what you do to them, those people still rise. Those people are still exceptional. You try to stop them from reading. They still read. They're exceptional. You try to stop them from learning. They still learn. They're exceptional. You try to stop them from growing. You can't. They're still exceptional. Just follow my logic here. They're so damn, no matter what we've tried every possible way to oppress them, but they're still exceptional. I don't know about you, but my ass would be terrified. I'd be terrified if I was into white supremacy, if my whole belief And my whole life was built upon believing what made me greater was just the color of my skin. And then I see another group of people that no matter what we throw in front of them, they persevere over it every time. That should have had me shook. Like, what does it take to get rid of these people? That would be my mindset. That's their mindset. That's their mindset. See, we done got too big for our britches. See, understand, I'm smart enough to know that not all of white America is racist, because I know all of them are not. See, you got another segment of white American population that gets used up by the rich and played with by the rich, just like the rich play with minorities. You just need to open your eyes so you can understand where you are in it. Where you are in it. What they say. You already know. Bliggity block. Again, if I'm spewing hate, I wouldn't go. I'm just telling you as an adult. I don't want to be any place that doesn't make me feel good. I would just leave. Yet you're here. Y'all got to stop that victim complex shit. You run towards a fight. You run towards a person which are waving your hands, flailing like you want to fight, and they punch you, and then you go, oh, they attacked me. What? Come on. Come on. Come on. That's the part that I don't get. Yeah, too big. Yep, that's it, Elizabeth. They too big for their britches. I'm just like, you know. And the thing is, y'all going to find that most of these strong people on the internet, because somebody spoke on it here, ain't strong in real life. It's fake strong. It's keyboard strength. It's keyboard warrior, keyboard thug. Internet makes a lot of people tough. They would never go talk to their boss like that. They scared of their boss. They scared of the person that pays them. See, I've never been scared of the person that pays me. I'm going to tell you why. Because you pay me for a service. You pay me to fucking work. And as soon as you stop your terms of the agreement, right, I'm going to stop my terms of the agreement. That's not how these people think. These people are like, oh, I'm so grateful to have a job. Grateful to have a job? No. This person, this company should be grateful that I chose to work for them. I could be working anywhere. I chose to work here. Fuck you mean? Grateful that they paying me. As if they doing you a favor. You're working for that money. Stop acting like that. Y'all act so defeated, so poor. I'm like, what is it? Wealth is not just measured by money. Some of y'all don't know that. Wealth is not just measured by money. Thank you. Thank you, Lit. There's always another job. Folks act like they can't get another job. There's always another way to make money. Thank you. That's how poor people think. And I'm trying to get people to have a different damn mindset, because that mindset allows rich people to exploit you. Because when you scared like that, they play with your damn job. Y'all seen it. I know y'all seen people play with your job before. They play with it when they think you're scared. They play with it when they know you get shook over any little thing. Then they'll play with you. You know who they don't play with? The person at work who says, I'm not doing that. They don't play with that person. They actually respect that person. So while you're bootlicking, the person that's setting them straight, making very clear what they will and will not do, that's the person who'll get the raises. That's the person who'll get promotions. That's the person who'll get ahead. Bootlickers won't. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as a person who's been in leadership, I don't trust bootlickers. Because if you're running tell on them, shit, you'll tell on me too. You think I'm some fool? That don't work on me. That does not work on me. Yep, you can say and do anything if you want to. You won't be on my team. I don't have an interest in that. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Y'all need to stop bootlicking for rich people. Matter of fact, hold on. I saved something that I wanted to play for you guys that Trump said. And it aligns back to what I keep telling you guys about how rich people, but that's not what I wanted, about how rich people are playing this game. And y'all are playing the wrong game. You're still playing the wrong game. You're still worried about morals and your character. I can't do that because I'm a better person than they are. Nobody cares. So your better person ass is going to lose out on all the shit that you work hard for because you're a better person. I'm just not willing to sink to their levels. Where are you going to lose? Good morning, Nerd Alert. User, what are you trying to say? 681. Just so y'all know that the Trump and Doge team, they've won court approval to dismantle Social Security offices and fire workers. So you know all that money okay, you stuttered. You said it twice. Yep, gotta go. I told you I don't like stuff like that. Bye, bliggity block. Look at that. That's what no due process looks like. That's what it looks like. Because either they copied and pasted the same comment twice, or they typed it twice. But I know they didn't type it twice. So that means they about to go on this rampage of posting the same thing repeatedly. No, you're not. Not in my life. Bye. I love when those little minions do that. Bye. Hi. That's me. You're not coming here with that. But yeah, now they're going to start getting back to dismantling Social Security offices and firing workers into a system that you paid into. You know why? Because they're going to pilfer and take that money. Good morning, Moonchild. Good morning, beautiful. And they're going to make sure to give tax cuts to rich people. And guess what? You ain't going to do a damn thing about it, and they know it. Boom. That's the other thing. They know you ain't going to do nothing about it. You're going to let them take the money, and you're just going to deal with it. Because you're going to find another culture war to get upset about, and you'll forget all about it. That's their thought process. No problem, Bruja. You have a beautiful, Bruja. You have a beautiful, beautiful day. Yep, and they're cutting funding for veterans. Now, I want to play something for you guys. The president says we have too many days off of work. I'm going to play it for you. But the rich guy that shits on a gold toilet says we have too many days off of work. I told y'all how rich people was thinking, but when I tell y'all don't really be believing me. I know sometimes y'all think I'm joking. I'm so sincere. You got to put all the dots together. We do? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to boot you. You should be at work then, beloved. If you got time to be in here, Kate, you should have been at work. Let me go send her on her shift job. She said we got too many days off. We only have 2. How does a broke person know what rich people are doing? I ask the same question to MAGAs every day. Bye, Mike. He's been blocked. He asked the same question I ask MAGAs every day. How y'all know what rich people doing? But y'all always know. Elon wouldn't steal. How do you know? You're right. Some don't have no days off. Okay, now listen to what Trump says. Oh.
We have too many. We're not going to have days off because we don't have enough days in the year. We have too many celebrations already. I just want to say Happy Victory Day to all. So we are celebrating every year now. I can guarantee for 4 years, but I think after that we're going to have 2 victory days, World War I and World War II. This is World War II Victory Day. In the future, we're going to have a major celebration of each day. We're not going to have days off because we don't have enough days in the year. We have too many celebrations already. We're not going to have days off because we don't have enough days in the year.
What did I tell y'all? That's some old people shit. So we're going to have a victory World War I day. And then we're going to have a victory World War II day. The fuck? World War I and World War II? Somebody come get Paul. This is what I was trying to tell you. No more old people. Good morning, Vanity. This is old people shit. This is old people shit. World War I day. So fuck all the other veterans. So any of you who didn't, if you didn't serve in World War I and World War II, they just don't give a shit. What? Thank you, Tay. What? That's old people shit. Hold up. We got a problem in here. Look, y'all see me. Y'all see me looking. We got a problem in here. I'm just looking. That's what I said, Vintage. But Trump is saying World War I and World War II. Why? Because that's old people shit. This is why I tell y'all stop voting for old people, but y'all don't listen. They're caught in a damn time capsule. They're literally suspended in time. Y'all remember way back in the day when we used to have time capsules? And we used to like put all this stuff in a capsule and then bury it so that you can, dig it back up. Look, somebody said, you can't hear? Okay, well, she can't hear at all. I just booted her. Y'all gonna learn about me. Y'all gonna learn about me. So when you come in conservative and say, I can't hear. I know, I booted you. You really can't hear then. They want to take us back because they can. They love World War I and World War II. You know why? Because that's when old people were young. That's why they keep talking about it. They love to talk about shit when they were young. Back in my day, back before cable television, before Wi-Fi. Is that what you're telling me? Before 24-hour TV. That's what you're saying. Because that's really what they're saying. That's really what they're saying. Before colored TV. You know why those old geezers are working in politics? Because young people didn't want to do it. And y'all gave these old people license over all of our lives. And now they think they know better than all of us. Most of them don't even know how to reset their own cell phone. Yet they're going to tell you about the dangers of technology. Congress put blocks in place on TikTok. Most of them don't even know how to use TikTok. Most of them don't even know how to use TikTok, but they said TikTok is so dangerous. How would you know, Paul? You don't even know how to use it. Have a great day, Lit. Thank you for joining me. And I want to let you guys know, I will not be doing a live this evening. And the reason why I won't be doing a live this evening, my niece, she's having her prom send-off tonight. And we're all just getting together as a family, helping her get ready, having a good time. So I will not be doing a live tonight because I'm doing that. Got to be with family this evening. So just to let you guys know, that's the only reason why I won't be around this evening. I'm so excited for her. We're going to have a great time this evening. Yeah, she's going to enjoy herself. She had knee surgery a couple of months ago. So she's walking. She's been doing her physical therapy. So she's so excited about being able to go to prom. We are family nerd alert. But if I'm not there, her mama going to have my hide. I'm scared of her mama now. See, I don't think y'all put no paws on me. But her mama will put paws on me. Yes, I have 2 children, but my children are adults. I'm older than I look. Listen, I am old enough to remember when Lancelot Link Secret Chimp used to come on TV. I am old enough to remember when Nickelodeon first came on TV. I was before Nickelodeon and then still remember when it first came on. And their first shows was only Lancelot Link Secret Chimp and Clarissa Explains It All. I'm that old. Yeah, I said I was before that though. I was before that. I was around before Nickelodeon even existed. But you got to be old to remember Lancelot Link Secret Chimp. You got to be old because in the beginning, Nickelodeon didn't have much programming. All they had was Lancelot Link Secret Chimp and Clarissa Explains It All. And then eventually they got Double Dare and then they started getting other stuff. But I remember specifically Lancelot Link Secret Chimp because that shit was hilarious. Lance, go Google videos about it. You're gonna go, wait, I had never heard of this shit. If you've never heard of it, but when you see it, you'll go, this was fucking TV show. Yes, it was a TV show. It was just chimps dressed up in outfits, and they would be talking, and he was a secret spy. Shut up. It was the best we had. Yep, and you can't do that on television. I love that show. Now you just took me back into a time capsule. You hated Lancelot Link Secret Chimp. That show was hilarious. That show was hilarious. I'm that old. So you may not think so, but I am. I just moisturize. That's all. I moisturize. And I just want to remind people because, again, I remember when I was growing up, they were teaching me about government. They were teaching me how government works. Y'all remember, what's the name of that show? Because I bought Schoolhouse Rock. I bought the DVDs about 15, 20 years ago. No, it had to be about 15 years ago. I saw a commercial on television. Thank you so much, Believe. Saw a commercial on TV and said, oh, I grew up on that. And bought Schoolhouse Rock for my kids. Yes, I'm a bill. I'm only a bill. Sitting here on Capitol Hill. Yeah. We learned a lot about government. We learned a lot about our environment. We learned so much. Government was crucial on educating children. You know why? Children were the future. Now government don't want to educate your kids. Didn't I tell you? They don't care about your children. Your children are no longer the future. They want your children to work in factories. That's what they want. They want your children to work in factories. They do need to play that song in the White House. The problem is nobody cares how their government works because they just watch moisturizer. You just start, listen, Nerd Alert, you be getting me every time with that. Listen, sir, we both know you moisturize. Not I just started using soap. You don't just use your hand and let the water run down on you. That's what some say on the internet. I just get in and let the water run over me. So you like to explode the funk. You like to magnify the funk with multiplying it with water and no soap. That shit never makes any sense. Every time I hear that online, I'm like, what? You get in there and let the water run on you, but you don't use no soap. Well, that's just magnifying the funk. That don't make no sense. Yeah. And what we used to call when I was growing up, you a funky McNasty. That's what we would call it. Oh, you a funky McNasty, huh? When somebody wouldn't wash. Cleanliness is truly next to godliness. So I can't understand folk who don't like to wash. Listen, Shano, an 11-year-old struggling with the difficulties of hygiene, I honestly can understand. Children can be very rebellious when it comes to hygiene because it's one of the few places they really get to flex their muscle, right? To show something, this is my body, dominion over my body. You know what I mean? Young people go through that. But none of it makes any sense when people hit adulthood. Like, I'm going to share this story with you guys before I wrap it, because you know I love to share stories. So last year, was it last year? Yeah, it had to be last year. Last year, or maybe it was the beginning of this year. I don't remember when. I went to a conference in the city, right? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this conference. And I was already like, ooh, a big event with a whole bunch of people post-COVID. I'm like, I don't really want to do that because I already am funny about germs anyway, right? That's why I told you I won't do a cruise because a cruise ship is a big old petri dish in the ocean, is the way I see it. So I won't do a cruise, right? Okay. So I go to this conference and I walk in the building. And soon as I walk in, I start smelling stuff. Not food, body odor. First thing, 8 o'clock in the morning, you already smelling. How are you? And I remember walking in, and a lot of times I would walk and I would go, what is that smell? Because I couldn't really verbalize it with words. It was just a smell. It was like skin and dirt and sweat, confusion, old sheets. It smelled like all these things together, you know? And it was like no matter what room you would walk in, it would be at some point you would smell that smell. And I would go again, what is that smell that I keep smelling? Every room I go in this place, and it ain't me, you know? What is and I realized, yes, it was funk. A lot of people don't know how to wash their ass. But the most unnerving part is these were all adults. All of them adults. And it was all that same smell. Let me tell you something. Skin smells. You got to wash it with soap. You got to use a rag. They have these things called wash rags. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but this little piece of cloth called a wash rag, you wet it and you put this stuff on it called soap. And then you do this thing called friction by rubbing the rag together to make a lather. Good afternoon. You make a lather and then you rub it on your body to friction up against your body. And it rubs off the dirt and the dead skin cells. That's what it does. Trust me, it works. Okay? Trust me. And then you rinse off and you rinse off the rag and you squeeze it out. And then you put soap on it and you wet it and you do the friction on the rag again and you do it again. And you keep doing that as many times as you need to until you smell clean, the rag is clean, and you are clean. Oh, and pro tip, you got to change that little cloth, that wash rag cloth. Change it. You can't wash on it. Like if that cloth is standing up in a position like this, like a little cat about to strike on you or something, it's time to change that washcloth. I didn't want to pressure them to change it every day living life. I'm trying to take it slow with them. You're moving too fast. Slow down. If you start asking them to change it every day, we're going to lose them. We got to start slow. Okay? I feel you living life. I was thinking about going there. And I said, I think that's too much, too fast. Too much, too fast. So we're going to start slow. When that rag starts making positions and freezing on its own, it's time for you to get a new rag. Okay? Just go ahead and get another one. And you can get washcloths at the dollar store. You can get them you can get a whole pack of washcloths at the dollar store if you don't really want to have to pay premium Walmart money. Go to the dollar store. You can get a pack of washcloths. And wash your neck. Wash the back of your neck. I got to tell people that because I be seeing I look at stuff like that. I look at so many backs of people's necks and I'm like, you don't wash that. I can tell. I can just tell you don't wash the back of your neck. That's why your shirts look like that. It's not just because you're sweating. It's because you never wash your neck. Somebody has to say it. This is real community service. Paying them because everybody don't know. Yeah, some people, some don't clean their ears. Some you don't wash your ankles, your feet. You got to wash your ankles and your feet. You got to wash your lower legs. You got to wash below your knees. I'm going to just put it out there. You have to. People who tell you you don't have to, they're lying to you. You got to wash below your knees. Okay? You got to. No matter what they tell you, wash below your knees. Don't listen to nobody tell you anything but that. Yeah, listen, FOMO. I'm just trying to keep it 100. You gotta meet. Look, FOMO. I have to meet people where they are. No, yeah, that water will get it theory is crazy work. But you know what I realized? That's what the smell is. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I wanted to bring it all the way back to the story. That's the smell. So whenever you walk behind somebody and it's like this funny smell, but you can't put your finger on it, but you know it's funky, that's the smell. They wash, but there's no soap. They don't use soap. They wash, but they don't use a rag. Not a loofah, a rag. You can use a loofah, but to me, a loofah has a different function. I'm not sticking a loofah on my poo-poo nana. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's why I say loofahs have different functions. You use them in different places. You feel me? You understand where I'm coming from? So that's all I'm saying. I hope, listen, this show, I'm claiming it. The show is going to go national. And I want to end this live on that note. I want to share something with you guys because I know we're all going through a hard time, right? It's a really tough time. I want to remind you those things that you've always wanted to do with your life, do them things, man. Please do them. I'm going to tell you why I say do them. Last December, thank you so much for the gifts. Last Christmas, it was even before Christmas. It was before Christmas. I had said to the family, we need to sit down and make vision boards because we got to figure out what we're doing with our lives as we move forward. We got to visualize. I made each person at the house. We sat at the table together. I had bought a book off of TikTok Shop for making vision boards, right? And I make vision boards a lot, but I said, I'm going to really do this. So thank you guys so much for the gifts and support this morning. I appreciate it. I'm telling you this story because I want y'all to do something. This is a call to action for you guys to do something, not for me, for yourself. This is me saying, love yourself enough to do this for yourself. And I made a vision board for myself about all the things I wanted to accomplish. This was before I lost my job. Before Elon and Trump and all them came in and I lost my job. I said, I want to be a content creator. I want to be able to make X amount of dollars every month to support my family. I want to be financially secure. I'm going to pay off all my debt in 6 months, pay off my house in a year, and just be able to chill and live my life, right? And live well. I put that vision up in my board in my office, and every day I go to that vision board and I recite everything on that vision board. And every day I kept coming to TikTok and I would just talk about things here or there. I wouldn't get really many views here or there. I would do a live every so often here or there, but not really do anything. I went from having less than 1,000 followers on my TikTok to now having over 30,000 followers. And again, you don't need that's the other lie that a lot of people will take. You need a whole bunch of followers. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because even when I had less than 30,000 followers, I was still doing great on TikTok. You just have to talk about things that people care about. Share your perspectives. I guarantee you're not the only one that thinks that way. Because what I'm finding is I ain't the only one that thinks like me. Because some of you come and say, I thought that too, but I thought it was just me. And I was sitting at home saying the same thing. I think it's just me. No, it ain't. It's millions of people that think like you. Sit down and create yourself a vision board and create yourself some visions and get it done. Yep, Tay, get it done. Because me having this vision board in my office, I literally I'm accomplishing everything that I've wanted to accomplish, and I'm keeping to accomplish it. And one of my goals I've said to myself, that I am going to have the most popular and successful podcast and live broadcast show in history. Yeah, that's the goal I gave myself in history. And I said to myself, because my show is going to be about, having discussions about things and getting people to see other perspectives on life that they hadn't considered. Ain't about being perfect. It's just another way of seeing things. Yeah, keep going. I ain't even say nothing. Keep going. Y'all know how I roll. Keep going. I say all that to say, Do those things that you thought about doing. Create what you wanted to create. Shit, it's all this other crazy shit that's going on. You know what you done realized? That it's time for you to step out on faith and do the things that you've always wanted to do. What you got to lose? Nothing. They taking everything. You ain't got nothing to lose. So go make it happen for you. That's why I'm saying it to y'all. Y'all are watching me manifest my damn goal. It ain't even a dream. Thank you guys so much for the gifts and the support. I don't call it a dream. I call it a goal. Because I'm visualizing it and I'm making it happen. Thank you. Because see, my thing is, I'm thinking even beyond TikTok, even bigger than TikTok. See, that's the other thing I want to clue you guys in on. Sell yourself out on, have ridiculous goals. It's okay to have a ridiculous goal. Because what do they tell you? You shoot for the moon, you reach the stars. Shit, you still hit something. Visualize escaping that 9 to 5, but unique. You know what I was taught? Be careful what you ask for, because you'll get what you ask for and what you don't ask for. So be specific. See, the reason why y'all don't like to be specific, because y'all go, that's too much. Why is it too much? Why is it too much? If I were you uniquely, I would say, I am, say for example, you were a baker. I'm all sold out on the fact that I'm quitting my job in 6 months because I have opened a bakery and my bakery is making 5 figures a month. Just say it. Just say it. Just put it in the fucking universe. And when you keep putting it in the universe, you're going to keep on doing things that get you towards that goal. That's what's going to happen for you. That's what you have to focus on. When you do that, hold on for a second. I had to book Chuck. Bye, Chuck. But you got to speak it into existence. Understand, when you're saying these things out loud, I think some people, when they talk about visioning, having vision boards and affirmations, when they say speak it, when I say when you're speaking it, you're reminding yourself to keep doing the work. That's what the speaking it is for me. Because speaking it is not magic. It's not going to just happen because you spoke it. Say it out loud to yourself every day in the mirror. Look at yourself about the things you want to accomplish, because then you're inclined to do the work. You're not going to do the work if you don't own it, if you're not sold out on that shit. I'm sitting right now in I'm doing this TikTok live. I got 120 people in this TikTok live. I'm also on YouTube live. I ain't got a soul in there. Don't care. Still there. You got to start somewhere. And that's the thing, Leslie. I feel it in my gut. I know it's going to work. Fair is not an option. I already know. So y'all got to think the same way. Sell out on yourself. You need to be all in like you all in on fucking Beyonce. Shit. People at the Cowboy Carter tour. I love me some B, don't get me wrong. But people support Beyonce in her dreams and her visions more than they support their own. That's all I'm going to say to that. Maybe that'll make you look at it a little differently as you move forward. Because that's some real shit. Beyonce's living her dream. She says it all the time. I always wanted to be a performer. I always dreamed about this as a child. She executed on the dream. And she executes on that dream every day. She tells you you should do the same thing. But y'all don't never hear that portion of the message. That's what I find odd, because B says it all the time. You can do it too. I'm not doing anything exceptional. I'm not doing anything you can't do. Go do it. Yep, just own it that you're a homeowner. Own it. That before I bought a home, I actually did a vision board for a home. A literally physical vision board with the house on it, all the things that I wanted. I said exactly what I wanted and got exactly that under the price point. Catch it. Now I'm sitting almost over $300,000 in equity on that same home. Catch it. Be delusional. Say it again, Miss K. Be delusional. Trump is. Shit, how you think he keep winning? He's delusional. He's delusional. And he sells other people on his delusion and they buy into it. Learn to do the same thing. Be delusional about your own dreams, your own goals, your own life. Okay? It's real stuff. Don't sit around. Ask yourself this. This is the last question I'm going to ask you guys today. Ask yourself how many times you've seen somebody build up from nothing and you still in the same place. I know more times I got fingers and toes. Thank you for the crown. More times than I got fingers and toes because I was scared. They wasn't. Not no more. Grand Rising Queen. So I thank each and every one of you for joining me today and spend some time thinking about what I just said. How many people have you watched go from nothing to something and you still where you was at? Manifest that shit. Now, remember, I told you I won't be on this evening because my niece, we have a prom celebration for her. So it's a family activity tonight. So I won't be on tonight. But I will be on tomorrow morning early, on Saturday morning. So I will see you guys first thing in the morning. So thank you guys so much for supporting me today. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday. A beautiful Friday. I want to say thank you for all the likes, all the shares, all the interactions we've had. Am I your first YouTuber? Thank you, KD, for joining. You're my first. I don't know if you're ever. Yeah, you're not my first YouTuber in my life, but you're my first YouTuber in my life where I got the chat to work right because my old ass couldn't figure out how to make the chat work. So, hey, beautiful. Look, I got YouTube popping over here too. I told you I'm not playing no games, y'all. But I wanted to say, don't forget what I always tell you guys, right? First of all, shout out to all my top gifters here on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to my number 1, Tay. Shout out to my number 2, Moonchild. Shout out to my number 3, Bling Chick. And shout out to my number 4, Bossy Tasha. I also want to give a shout out to KD Thompson here on YouTube. Thank you so much, beautiful, for coming into the live this morning. I greatly appreciate it. I really, really do. I want to tell you guys, like I tell you every day, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Thank you, Javon. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, probably around 8 a.m., maybe a little earlier. Y'all, peace and have a great, great, beautiful, beautiful day. Love you guys. Bye-bye, you guys. Have a great, great, beautiful day.